Hello and welcome back to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn and this is the June reading for Gemini's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. Please go ahead and like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for post notifications. So this month I'm doing my readings a little bit differently than I normally do. So I hope you enjoy the new format. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pulling cards. So, in my last video, I discussed, kind of like what we are learning coming out of Mercury retrograde. There were 3 points that I felt like were necessary to kind of like look at, and also to be thankful for the lesson that Mercury retrograde has given us. So that was in the last video that I posted. So what I wanted to look at for you today was to look at what lessons we also need to learn or think about coming out of Mercury retrograde for Gemini. This is for Gemini's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. And so the lessons that come out of Mercury retrograde for you guys this month is summer, the summer card, birth, this is the birth card, and the willow tree. This is the willow tree card. You know what's so interesting about these cards? I'm gonna turn them so you can see them just like that, right? What's so interesting about these cards is the presence of sun and moon energies, which is kind of like what we've been dealing with, sun and moon energies. We've been dealing with the sun in Gemini right now, and we just went through a retrograde period in Taurus and Gemini. And so what I see, the moon, it's an indication to me that this is what's going to be revealed, illuminated really, because there is 2 suns here and only 1 moon. So there's like a blessing in terms of the information that you got out of the cycle period, particularly paying attention can't talk, to these 2 areas, right? So summer is my gifts are welcome and needed now. And so that kind of really falls in line with the messaging that came through, which is to nurture like your skills and your abilities, to nurture like that idea that you might have. Warmth radiates around and within you during the height of the summer season. At the peak point of the Earth's own sacred cycle, there's an abundance of natural beauty to be witnessed all around you. Bountiful farm crops, longer days of sunlight, time spent with loved ones. This is a time of massive expansion and connection. Just as the earth provides many offerings for your nurturing and nourishment, you are now being asked to share your gifts. I swear to you, this is literally what my last message was, right? If you have been working on something but have been playing your cards close to your chest, the time has come for you to show your hand and let others in on the magic that you are creating. If you are not quite sure what it is you were supposed to be sharing at this time, consider what you have to offer from your heart. Whatever first comes to mind, that is it. There's no need to make it complicated. Let your inner warmth, sunshine, illuminate from your heart space. You'll find connection with others from this abundant space of generosity. And so again, there was like this whole idea that I kind of spoke about, like I said, in my last video. I'll leave the link down below, about nurturing that gift and an idea that you have to make it grow and to see where it kind of takes you. And so this is really like a time for you to honor what gifts you have by sharing it with other people and allowing other people to benefit from the beauty that you can present to them, or that gift that you can give, or that idea that's going to help someone, or whatever it is that you're holding back on. Now is the time to kind of like spend time nurturing it, to work on it, to improve it, to revise it. to realign with your purpose and to move forward. Okay, so that was beautiful. And that is, here is the summer card. You see the sun on it? Yeah. The second card is birth, right? And I feel like that kind of is also in step with the last card, which is talking about like really honoring your gift, but also, you know, pushing that gift that you created, that you've nurtured, that you were working on, pushing that gift out into the world and sharing with the world. So the birth card says, my creative process liberates me. Birth is a creative force that bursts forth from months of gestation, and it is the undulating stages of labor that make the final push possible through waves of effort and exertion, and then rest and recovery. You are in the process of bringing forth a new offering that is ready to be released out into the world. This is likely something that has been brewing for some time and is asked to be shared. The act of birthing this baby will literally come in stages, and it may surprise you with the ways that forward motion ebbs and flows. There may be some starts and stops, and then a swift and vibrant rush of momentum when suddenly there it is, manifested in the physical world. Stay present to the process of liberating this creation. Even through the labor pains, the collective needs what you have to share. And so the question that you have to ask yourself is, what is it that you're ready to birth into world? Look at the shirt. I'm literally dyeing my hair right now, and this shirt looks horrible, but I don't care. What are you willing to share? So again, like I said, that was really crazy. So the last card is the Willow tree. You see this, like the sun again in the top part of the card. I make space for my emotional experience. With its drooping branches reaching out and downward towards the earth. Let me see this while I read. Downwards towards the earth. In a fountain of leaves, willow tree invokes watery emotion. The flowing, twisting vines. Maybe I should just take a picture of it and put it up like I did before. This is crazy. The flowing, twisting vines form a sanctuary for weary souls. This sacred shelter invites passerby to duck in for a moment of respite beneath its canopy. Willow tree is here to offer you a space where you can process emotions that feel too big, bulky, overwhelming, or unwanted. You are being asked to allow these emotions to surface. Once your true feelings are unearthed, they may be released, streaming out and downward, just like the tree branches. They may be received by the earth. When they are released in a space that feels safe, you will feel a renewed sense of peace and well-being. Willow tree reminds you that emotions hold holy wisdom. This wisdom is accessed by working through what arises from within. Now is your time to allow for full and complete awareness of your internal experience and your feelings, and to gather the insights that emanate from clear waters. So this is the release, right? So what we have here is basically you tapping into what you feel, and allowing yourself to express what you feel outwardly, right? It's like a release for you. Whatever this work is that you've been thinking about is basically going to be a healing mechanism for you that is going to allow you to tap into your emotions and to create something that is an expression of the way that you feel, thereby planting the seed for growth, right? Which comes with the summer and the birth. So for a lot of you, like this energy that's being represented here is really talking about, this is like birth energy, right? Whether it be physical labor, whether it be an actual baby, or whether it be an idea, a project, something that you've been working on that you have kind of like been holding on to and not allowing it to grow, and putting yourself in a space that you can now put your emotions out there and use your emotion as a catalyst and the seed for the thing that you're trying to build, and allow it to kind of like intermingle with each other, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, and I hope I'm explaining it the right way. And yeah, so for a lot of you, this is something that is going to be birthed. It could be this summer, during the summer months, or you're going to spend your time really going through your release process in order to process through what it is that you really want to release out into the world, what you really want to take your time and energy to work on and to develop and grow. Because I feel like it might be this thing where you have dueling things that you want to do, right? So with the two suns, I feel like there's two paths, two different projects, two different things. And honestly, you know, Geminis, this is like you, right? Like doing two different things, doing everything, doing the most, doing two different things, but really not getting where you are supposed to get, because it's a fractured energy. Like if you're putting your energy into two different things, that thing is never going to grow. So this is also ultimately a time and the space for you to really rethink what one thing you're going to invest your energy into first, and allow that to take you along the path that you need to go on. Specifically, if that one thing, one of the choices is something that is going to ultimately help you to heal, right? So keep that in mind. So this is beautiful. I really like that a lot. These cards are actually really nice too. So there we go. What's in the middle? So yes, so those are the 3 cards that come from the Sacred Guides book, Sacred Oracle. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card. If I can get this out. For the theme of your reading this month, from the Prairie Majesty Oracle by Shamans. I actually won this Oracle deck, which was crazy because I actually wanted to buy it and then I won it. So Spirit really wanted me to have this, and so I'm excited to use it. I've been kind of holding on to it for a little bit. So the theme for your reading this month, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. The theme for your reading this month. What is I think I happen to come on here and do this for you with you guys, because honestly, I'd rather just take the photo and show it to you, right? You know, just because it's the shuffle. So, anyway, the theme is build. The question on the top of the card is, what am I integrating? What am I, you see what I'm talking about? Like, Spirit just has a way of telling you what it is that they want you to know. I just love it. Build the beaver. The beaver, wait, that's a water, right? I don't know, category. That was pass it. I did not pass it. I thought I passed it, but I did not pass it. I thought I passed it. I thought I passed it. I might pass it. Oh. Why can I find it? Beaver. There it goes. So, when Beaver enters the scene, there's probably a project involved, either now or in the near future. Appraise the design and form of that which you're creating, both physical and metaphysical. What is coming together? What does it hold for you? Beaver Adopt Beaver's busy eagerness and weave your wishes into reality with the materials at hand. Alongside the waterways that slice through wetlands and neighboring grasslands, nature's engineer applies himself with admirable zest to the task of making. With strong teeth and determination, he gnaws the trunk of trees like cottonwood, felling them with surprising aplomb. He constructs a dam from the trees, branches, and mud, forming a pool that raises the water table and supports its purification. There he'll build a lodge to live with his family, complete with hidden underwater entrance for protection. The impact of his actions on both land and water are prodigious. He has the power to change the habitat in long-lasting ways that affect flora and fauna in the region, humans too. The ease with which Beaver navigates both stream and soil may be symbolic for whatever you're assembling. What do your emotions and intuition tell you about how to move forward physically? Consider how your different senses and tools can work together. How can you maximize the resources they offer you? If the project is unknown, what potential do the available building blocks encapsulate? Ask a Beaver to help you incorporate all the aspects seamlessly. You might invite prairie mound ant, black-footed ferret, and or prairie dog to join your crew too. That's cute. So this is basically what we were just talking about. We're talking about that energy that is required to take your idea from an idea into something that is tangible, right? So again, we're talking about release, which is release. When we talk about release, a lot of times it's referring to a watery release. Like it's referring to tears. It's a water element, so it's referring to feelings and emotions, and the releasing of those feelings and those emotions, as we talked about with the last card, right? So this is a point of release, but it's also a point of healing and allowing that the tears that you cry to be the fluid that allows that dream to grow, right? So you're putting your emotion into the actual growth process, which is going to help your idea grow, but it's also going to heal you in the process, right? So it's really about taking the time to build that, again, focusing your energy on one thing and following that path and being focused and diligent and integrating that type of discipline into the work that you need to do to build what you want to build, right? So that's the focus for this month. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull some tarot. I haven't been using tarot lately, right? I'm gonna do a 5-card spread for you guys just because it's your birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay, so we're gonna pull a 5-card spread. Gonna be like the Celtic cross sans the end tail part, right? So you don't want to spend too much time. I'm trying to make these videos shorter and this is not helping. So this is for Gemini. So, in the current moment, we have the 6 of Swords. What's crossing you is the 7 of Swords. What is this? The 7 of Cups is in the past, in the conscious realm, and in the subconscious realm, and the final outcome. right? So this month, wow. So this month, there's going to be a truth that is revealed to you, right? Something is going to come out about an individual that could be in your life who basically is kind of like exercising their options or has a lot of options. You might find out something about this person this month, right? And so that information coming into you is going to be basically you finding out that the person has been kind of like not necessarily being honest. We see the sneaky person here. This is the Seven of Swords. This is talking about deception, and there's like some sneakiness going on, right? So in the current moment, you're resisting moving away from something or someone or a circumstance. It's like you know that the chapter is ended and it's over, but you're really not allowing yourself to move forward from that ending. And what's crossing you is the Seven of Swords, which is basically an indication that someone or something is not being honest. I really kind of feel like this is you not being honest with yourself about something that you know. I feel like intuitively speaking, you know it, and you're not necessarily being honest to yourself, but there is some sneaky behavior going on. There is some deception happening, and I feel like this deception is crossing you, which is the reason why you're unable, because I feel like there's things that you don't know yet that you're going to find out, right? In the past is the Seven of Cups. So a lot of this has to do with choices. Like this could be a person having a lot of choices, or them not necessarily being honest about their choices, or you having made a choice based on what it looked like on the outside and realized that what you thought it was not necessarily. I feel like if you don't know that already, you're gonna find that out, although I feel like you know it, right? On the conscious realm, the Chariot is here. So I feel like you want to move forward. For some of you, this is just to like be able to move forward from this rocky situation, this rocky dynamic, and just to be in a better space for yourself. For some of you, this could be a Cancer person kind of like involved in the equation, that you might want to, if this is like a relationship thing, you might want to move forward with this Cancer person. But I do kind of feel like it's you just really wanting to move forward and have like a positive outcome happen from something, and that's like on the subconscious level, on the conscious level, sorry. But in the subconscious level, you see this like you're really not okay. Like you're not okay. You feel like you were betrayed. You feel like you're stabbed in the back. You feel like you were there and you gave it 150%, and you feel like really betrayed by this person, right? Now with there's a lot of thoughts, right? So this is a lot of thinking that's going on in your mind. These are the things that are like in your head. Like you're really kind of like beating yourself up. You might not even want anybody to know that you're beating yourself up, but you're definitely beating yourself up. For some of you, the person that you're trying to get away from could be a Cancer. With the way that these cards are kind of like interacting with each other, they could be a Cancer, right? But ultimately, when we have the 6 and the 7, we have the truth, right? So we have the Ace of Swords is kind of like hiding out in the dynamics of these two cards together. And that means that what's happening here is the truth. The truth is coming out, right? So, I don't know. Brace yourself for that, right? So, we want to know, we want some clarifiers. So, we're using the Grand Tableau, the Lenormand deck. I want to get some clarification about who this person is and what is going on. And we have this card fly out. Luck. Family. So this is a family member. The death of a family member. Okay. So we have a couple of things, right? This card is an indication that this is a family member, right? It could be a person in your family who is sick with the mouse card. The mouse card is an indication of deterioration, also of deception, but with the coffin here, I'm going to say that someone in your family is ill, sick to dying, really sick, like terminally ill type situation. Feeling really bad, right? And I feel like they're not telling you about it. They're not telling you about it, right? But I feel like this death, and okay, again, I don't want to like rain down like doom and gloom on you, because when I say death, there are some of you that this is the situation. Like this is the actual family member who's sick or whose health is not right, and they're not telling you about it. So be clear about that. But for others of you, this is not necessarily a physical death, as it is a type of spiritual death where you might be severing ties and severing a connection with someone who might be sneaky, or who is, their actions are actually deteriorating the nature of your relationship. And I feel like you find this information out by chance. You find it out. It just is a weird way that the information kind of comes to you. But what you need to understand is this 33 here is the same 33 that came out in the card earlier today. What card was that? It was this card, the Willow tree, right? Remember the Willow tree? The Willow tree is back. This illumination for you is that thing that you're going to have to work on healing from, right? Remember, we're talking about the healing aspect of this card, like the same numbers, 33. 33 and 33, the key. So yes, so this is an opportunity for you to grow, for you to actually pour into your own healing, so that you can move forward, right? So that you can move forward and you can release the hurt and the pain that you feel in whatever way it is that is going to actually help to grow the idea that you have, right? It's going to be a way for you to heal through this situation, right? So yes, just that. But the outcome is that world, is the opportunity to have something that you might have started in the past, something that you might have gotten distracted from completing in the past, finally taking the time and the opportunity to actually make it happen, to finish it off, to finish off that work that you've been trying to finish off for the longest. So I feel like you're going to have the opportunity this month to really be able to hear the truth about some things that you might not necessarily want to hear about, but this information is going to actually be the beginning of your opportunity to grow, your opportunity to heal, your opportunity to move forward, your opportunity to rebuild, something that's tangible and sustainable for you, even though it might not necessarily feel good, right? In the beginning. It's not going to feel good. It's going to hurt, but it'll be better. Okay? So, I'm going to get some words of advice from the Shamanic healing deck for Gemini. That came out kind of quick. Okay. Again, you see this tree? The tree is back. The tree. So this is unlimited possibilities. And what does it say? I swear my eyesight is going bad. Divine timing. I love these cards too. These are so nice. Divine timing. So what does that say? Unlimited possibilities. When Fall turns into winter. The leaves fall from the trees. Birds fly south. Plants go dormant. Some even die, having lived the life they were meant to. Do we ever panic and wallow in the fear that is it? That this is it? There will never be another robin singing. There will never be another ripened tomato. No, we don't. Why is that? We know that after winter, spring will return, followed by the bounty of summer. It is so in your life. At any given time, there are unlimited possibilities for you and yours, making different paths, many different paths to take, many different options available. Do not get bogged down into thinking in a linear fashion. Open your eyes and your heart and feel the power your free will and choice brings to you. Make your life what it is meant to be. I like that. That was a nice little message. So we know at the end of the day, no matter what happens, no matter what ends, no matter what is removed from our lives, like no matter what dark periods we go through, like we understand that after winter, spring is going to come, right? Like after there's always going to be a morning, there's going to be another day. And as long as you have that next day, you're going to be okay. Like things do get better. So that's just a reminder. Again, like I said, you're going to have a rough period this month, but this is a reminder for you that no matter what happens, like things get better, right? Divine timing. How often do you feel that you want things in your life to change now? Not 2 years from now, not even 2 months, but right this instant. Seldom do we see the whole picture of why our lives are unfolding the way that they are. We don't need to. What we need to do is to surrender to the way things are right now. This doesn't mean to not take action when the situation is untenable. What it means is to let your life unfold before you so that you have access to all the information, all the lessons, and all the people you will need to go where you are headed. Divine timing is at work in this situation. Try not to fight it. Instead, go within during meditation and ask the questions you want answers to. Why not now? How can I best prepare myself? What lessons do I need to learn prior to the change I want to see? And you will get the answers. So, like I said, this is an opportunity, and like the card just said, this is really divine timing. Divine timing is at play. Everything happens when it's supposed to, right? You find out the things that you are meant to find out about. And again, like you see this tree here, and that same tree that came out. So like I said, again, we're talking about rooted connections, rooted bonds, right? And those bonds changing, those bonds breaking, but eventually, like everything that happens at this time is meant to happen. What you find out, you're meant to find out. What you go through, you're meant to go through. But you will come out on the other end of this situation and everything will be okay. Like it will be all right. Even if it doesn't feel like it, in the moment, give it time. Give it time and give yourself grace, okay? So that is the end of the reading. Wow, that was great. I like this. I like this new format. I'm going to work on it a little bit more. It's a little bit rushed. Like I said, I'm in the middle of dyeing my hair and getting my life together. But I wanted to do this reading because it is long overdue. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate the fact that you're here. Like, subscribe, and share the video and comment below and let me know how this works out for you this month. And also let me know if you like this new format. Thank you. Bye.